So bring us into this journey of this new book that came out and how you came from, it's a long question here, but do your level best to dial us into how you went from a Marine to a monk to a wealth manager to an author and an educator on financial health and well-being and really all that.
Sure. So it's a long story, of course. I'll keep it to the highlights. But as you kind of guessed already from our conversation, I grew up in a fairly affluent family where money was relatively abundant, but it was weaponized. So everything felt like it had strings attached. So love felt like it was conditional. If you do what we tell you to do, then you get stuff. If you don't, then you don't. And so my brothers and I all developed, I think, my parents had their own money monsters from their childhood traumas growing up in poor immigrant families. They were what I would call very money anxious. And so money and status symbols and, kind of the American dream was something they strived for and they achieved in many ways, but they had these unhealthy money mindsets and I didn't understand them. I didn't understand their origin. And so my brothers and I, we all reacted very negatively to what we thought money was the problem because everything, money was the tool we used to hurt each other and control each other. And so I ended up, my brothers and I, at the early parts of our lives, all ended up kind of taking a vow of poverty in different ways. I would eventually end up in a monastery for 20 years. My twin brother ran off and became a homesteader in upstate Vermont. And my older brother ran off and joined a grunge band in Seattle. So we all kind of just rebelled against what we thought was this materialistic craziness.
Yeah, and I just have to interject here. You talk about reaction. You weren't responding. That was an impulse.
Exactly. Unconscious. We weren't mindful of how,
Right.
So
at whatever age, you weren't thinking, there's trauma here and very negative relationships around money and it feels very transactional. I'm going to go react and go do this. It was just instinctive.
Right. So doing everything your parents tell you to do is a kind of reaction that's can be very unhealthy. And just doing the opposite in sort of rebellion is also an equal reaction. Both are unhealthy. It's like you're not using discernment to figure out, well, what's the right path for me?